The following TV2 News Tonight program was recorded earlier this evening for delayed presentation at this time.
Sense whatsoever that if Bart Giamatti believes Pete Rose is guilty, that he's working as the manager of the Cincinnati Reds. That makes absolutely...
Folks are tuning in to another chapter of the Pete Rose probe.
From the Miami Valley's fastest growing television news, this is TV2 News Tonight at 11.
Good evening, I'm Jack Hicks.
And I'm Donna Jordan. Cincinnati Reds manager Pete Rose is now on the offense.
Rose is scheduled to meet next Monday with Baseball Commissioner Bart Giamatti to answer charges that he bet on baseball games. But today, Rose and his attorneys went to court in hopes of obtaining a temporary restraining order.
Omar Williams joins us now to tell us what this could all mean. Omar?
Donna, the temporary restraining order is the first step to removing Giamatti from the seat of judgment in this case. Now, Rose feels the commissioner has already made up his mind.
The lawsuit states that if next Monday's hearing takes place, Rose will be forced to refute false accusations. It also states that the hearing violates his legal rights and the rules of baseball.
Can you tell us something about your lawsuit, Mr. Rose?
No, I can't.
Late this afternoon, Giamatti responded to the lawsuit filed in Hamilton County Common Pleas Court.
Pete Rose and his lawyers don't seem to want to come to my hearing on the merits. This is really ridiculous.
The lawsuit substantiates in writing that Giamatti has evidence that Rose bet on baseball, including some betting sheets which Rose says Paul Johnson took from his home and later altered. Meanwhile, Franklin bar owner Ron Peters is ready to testify that Rose bet on baseball, including his own Reds. If that's true, Rose is banned from the game for life.
The attorneys for Rose want a trial in Cincinnati where he can face his accusers. They want Giamatti completely out of the proceedings, and the suit seeks money damages for the harm already done to the reputation of Pete Rose. Now, all this will be argued tomorrow in Cincinnati court at 9:30 in the morning. Donna?
And we've got News Star 2 down there all day, right, bringing back reports?
All day they're going to be there at the proceedings and get everything they can out of the courtroom.
All right, thanks, Omar.
All right.
Word about the Rose suit is spreading like wildfire all across the Miami Valley and, of course, the rest of the country. Allison Hammond didn't talk to people to get their reaction, but she did the next best thing.
Hello, Sports Talk.
The calls have been flooding in all night. Miami Valley residents arguing in favor of Pete, against Pete, or in some cases, just arguing.
You got the information? You got hard facts that Pete Rose bet on baseball? He's suspended for life.
That's going to happen. But he's going to
what are you talking about? It's going to happen.
Defend himself.
What do you mean it's going to happen?
Bob Trumpy's Sports Talk radio show gets plenty of calls each night. But since the Rose controversy has hit, the calls have more than doubled.
But when Rose story breaks, it's Pete Rose, Pete Rose, Pete Rose, no matter what happens.
Kidd says most callers are in favor of Rose, but they're against the adamant way Trumpy defends the Reds manager.
There is no proof to this point in anywhere in the investigation by John Dowd as to absolute proof that Pete Rose bet on baseball, except for
Trumpy and his producers see Pete as innocent until proven guilty. While they say most listeners think Rose is guilty until proven innocent. But either way, the Rose controversy appears to drum up callers and listeners. In Cincinnati, Allison Hammond, TV2 News.
As we mentioned, 2 News will be in Cincinnati tomorrow for his hearing and also have the Reds-Braves game live from Atlanta tomorrow night. That begins at 7:30.